Good afternoon. Welcome back to Nick Can't Game, or Can He, my YouTube gaming channel. As always, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like, subscribe, and notification bells below, and you'll be notified whenever a new video is uploaded to the channel. We're back in Pro Wrestling Sim today. We're going to keep it short and simple with our latest PLE Premium Live Event, pay-per-view, however you want to call it. This is the Summertime Show Bash at the Beach. And yeah, so let's dive right in. Let's have some fun. And you can see here we are already completely booked out. This is a big show, one of our 4 biggest premium live events pay-per-views of the year for this company, and it's coming today from the Scott Stadium in Virginia, capacity of 61,500, expected attendance of 58,407. And we will go ahead and we will start the show. The pre-show buy-in analysis hosted by AJ and Beth Phoenix and Mike Tenay as the announcers. We officially debut someone who's going to be showing up as a personality doing these pay-per-view buy-in shows, Mark Calloway, the former Undertaker in WWE. He's officially introduced as a legacy presence for our company. Talking to them on the pre-show about the future of the company and what's coming forward. We also have Ronda Rousey appearing on the show, expressing discomfort about how her friends are getting injured, being taken out by the Poly Queens as they try to isolate her. And after she leaves, we have the leader of the Poly Queens, Ava Marie, making passive-aggressive digs, calling Ronda a headline in search of a meltdown. And then we have Simon Miller, the television champion, showing up and talking about how he's ready to represent the TV title with pride. And this gets an 83% segment score. We move on to Hype Video, talking about the main matches on the show, hosted and with a voiceover by Bret the Hitman Hart. And that gets an 85% segment score. The pyro goes off, the opening pyro, and the show begins. As AJ Mendez and ring announcer Alyssa Marino welcome the fans to the show. That's only a 68% score. We see in the crowd one of the celebrities, the star of the new Superman movie, being shown in the crowd watching the show, and that gets us a 93% score. We have 2 of our announcers, Beth Phoenix and Matt Striker, talking about 2 of the big matches on the show, the women's tag team title match and the men's cruiserweight championship. And that segment gets an 81%. And we go to our first match, the World Television Championship match. Simon Miller versus CJ Perry. CJ walks in with a vanity mirror, custom golden gear, and a new catchphrase. Microphone in her hand saying, "Look at me before I make you irrelevant." Simon keeps his entrance grounded, and In the middle of the match, CJ tries to go outside and argue with the referee while Simon waits inside. Um, she tries to cheat to take control, but it doesn't quite work. She tries to use the ropes to get a pin, but can't manage it. In the end, Simon counters one of her moves into his ups and downs. The crowd goes crazy. Um, After the match, uh, CJ storms off in a foul temper, knocking over her mirror and yelling back at the camera that this isn't over. And the commentary team says, her pride is cracked, reflection rejected, but resentment lingers. Simon Miller successfully retains the WCW World Television Championship in a 5-star match, 85% overall score. And next we go. They did steal the show successfully. They have really good chemistry as opponents. We'll be having more matches with them in the future. And we go to our next match, which is the Women's World Tag Team Championship. The Beautiful Disasters of Mandy Sachs and Daria Berenato against the Party Idols, the current champions, Haley J and Mio Momono. And the crowd was really into this match. They had great performances. The momentum was really there. And the workers really pushed themselves. Put in huge effort. And Mandy and Daria, the Beautiful Disasters, regained the championship that they lost at the last PLE. Everybody gained in popularity here. And we got an 5-star match. 5-star quality match, 89% overall rating. Next we have a first blood match for the Cruiserweight Championship. Malachi Black taking on TJP. And the workers really went hard to try to impress the crowd. And they did that very successfully. The result, TJP was the first to make his opponent bleed, and he won the WCW Cruiserweight Championship. 3.5-star match, 93% crowd reaction, 88% overall match score. We cut to the crowd. We see Shaquille O'Neal in the crowd watching the action from the VIP seats. Reacting to the match that just happened and TJ's victory. Next we go to the match. Ronda Rousey and Jessamyn Duke against Leah Vandale and Maki Ito of the Poly Queens, continuing that story. The crowd was really into it. The match wasn't all that great, but it did get an 82% final score. They're saying the match was a little too short. We'll have to work on that. Ronda did get the win with an armbar. And yeah. After the match in the back, Jessamyn is attacked by all 4 members of the Poly Queens who injure her arm and take her out of action, leaving Ronda isolated and alone without any allies left in this war. And we're going to see where things go from here. Our ring announcer announces tonight's attendance. Again, over 58,000 people, almost a sellout. And that gets a 63% segment score. Next we have an Iron Man match. Mayu Iwatani versus Tennille Dashwood. 4-star match quality, 65% overall. The match ends in the draw, uh, two two falls each, with the final fall being scored by Mayu in the last 30 seconds. The commentary really putting over their endurance and their artistry. Um, really good match. Next we have one of our stars who doesn't wrestle all that much, but tonight he's putting on a musical performance, Bad Bunny, and his live song performance gets a 91% approval from the crowd. Um, we go back to the ring, and it's the Divine Desire stable against the Allies, Britt Baker, Bobby Tyler, and Rosemary. Um, it was a 4-star match, 100% crowd reaction. Everybody really put in a big effort. It was basically a barroom brawl match. Really chaotic, really crazy. 4-star match, 97% overall reaction to the match. We cut again to the crowd. We show the former Undertaker in the crowd watching the show and reacting to the match that just happened. We go to a parking lot brawl. Hangman Adam Page against EC3. Wasn't considered a great match. Hangman got the win after hitting a deadeye on top of a pickup truck. 59% overall match rating for that. We go to our next match, the World Tag Team Championship. Matt and Jeff Hardy defending against the new legacy of Davey Boy Smith Jr. and Ted DiBiase Jr. Match went a little too long for the crowd's taste. There was a really big spot involving a table, because of course there is when you've got, the Hardys involved. 4-star match quality, 83% overall final score. And we have new tag team champions, the New Legacy winning the title. And gaining in popularity. Next up we have a War Games match to finally end the feud between Dead Man's Hand and Top Flight stables. They really pushed themselves to make an impression on the audience. It got a 2.5-star match quality. AJ picked up the win by pinning Ezekiel Creed. And popularity gains all around for the members of Top Flight. Nobody lost any popularity, so that's good. 64% match rating. Next we have Becky Knox, the Women's World Champion, coming to the ring before her match, holding her championship title above her head. And the crowd was really cheering for her. That gets a 98%. Then you have her challenger, the heel Mercedes Varnado, coming out to the ring. And the crowd really going crazy, booing her because she is the heel in this. And that gets an 88% segment score. And look at this. 5-star match between the two. It's a submission match. 100% crowd reaction, 100% final score. Mercedes picks up the win with the bank statement. She's the new WCW Women's World Champion. And big gain in popularity. Really big gain. Incredible match. Very good. Um, After the match, uh, Mariah May steps onto the stage out of the back area holding a microphone, and she tells Mercedes, "Keep that belt warm for me. I'm coming for the championship. I am the future of this company in this division, and I'm going to take that belt from you." After that, before the final match, we go to our first and only commercial break. Um, an advertisement from the latest people available in the new video game, and that advertisement gets a 90% rating. We get a video recap of the feud between Joe Hendry and Nick Nemeth before they come out to start their match, and that gets a 100% segment rating. Then we go back and it's time for the main event. The wrestlers start making their way out to the ring. Really big entrances. Big match feel. The champion comes in looking extremely focused, and the challenger matching his intensity. And this gets an 82% rating. Next is the main event match. Another 5-star match. Pure wrestling match. Reversals, pace shifts, and the crowd is really into it. Hendry picks up the win with his finishing maneuver called the standing ovation. They have a post-match handshake, and then afterwards, Nemeth slaps Hendry and walks out. The closing pyro goes off, and confetti drops into the ring as Joe Hendry celebrates retaining his title. And we see here both wrestlers gained in popularity. Excellent final match. 5-star, 100%. Absolutely great. This was a great PLE. 90% as our highest show rating. Right now it's the highest we can get unless we spend money to up our production values, which we might do after this. We gained in popularity across the world. It was a really great show. So now we go on to the next day and we check our mail to see what's come up. Okay. We sold 57,981 tickets, $3 million in ticket sales. Holy crap. And that's after our gate share cost of $1 million for everybody who came onto the show. We got 2.5 million viewers, $788,000 from Amazon Prime for the show. And we successfully hired Jey Uso away from the WWE. Nice. So let's finalize this contract. Okay. Let's see when he becomes available to us on August 16th. So we have about a month before we can use him in any angles or matches, but that's okay. We stole someone big from WWE. And I'm very good with that. Is there anybody else who we can possibly hire? Okay, let's move forward one more day. Um, and see what comes up in the mail. Okay. Yes, he signed an exclusive contract with us. Promotional war. Um, we are soundly beating AEW across the board. Um, Cena's definitively better. Uh, WWE is beating us, but again, they're the biggest company in the business. That's kind of expected. And we are thoroughly beating New Japan. That's good. Um, I'm going to take a look at our production and see how we can improve what we can afford to improve. If we go to cutting edge cameras, it costs $500,000 immediately, 1.5 million a month, which is double what it's costing us now, but it does gain us an extra 5% in maximum show score, which would take us to a maximum of 95%. If we up our video production, that will cost us $200,000 immediately, 1.5 million a month, which is double what we're paying now, and get us another 5%. That will allow for us to have shows with scores of 100% if we do both. And I think we should. I think it's time to get a little bigger. Now we can have a maximum show score of 100%. That will be good for our next PLE round. And okay, is there anybody else that has contracts coming up that we can hire? Excuse me, hire away? No. Okay. So at this point, we will close out the game. End the episode. And I thank you for spending these few minutes with me. I always appreciate this time that you give me. I thank you for the kindness, support, and love you show me. I love you all. Take my love with you everywhere you go. I will see you again very soon. Remember to be good to each other. It's the highest calling in all the world. Show each other kindness, compassion, mercy, and love. And I'll see you again very, very soon.